All right, thanks, guys. Massive slate of NHL action here today. We are going to focus on a handful of games. We're not going to cover the entire slate. But regardless, a couple of games of interest. And if you really end up enjoying this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up by smashing that like button. And if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please feel free to do that right now as well. The like and the subscribe are right below the video, I think. But anyway, if you did that, I'd greatly appreciate it. And with that, guys, let's start. Lightning, Hurricanes, 9 p.m. Eastern, puck drop. Tampa Bay's the $1.45 favorite away from home. Totals 6, juice to the under. Now, the Hurricanes are plus $1.25 for some money line cash. And if you like them on the puck line, they're minus $1.90, catching the goal and a half. It looks like Peter Mrazek's projected between the pipes for Carolina, Andrei Vasilevskiy for the Lightning. Now, we're 3-0 in our last 3 daily best plays on patreon.com/Brock page. We're also 5-1 in our last 6 daily best plays on that Patreon site as well. And if you want to access today's daily best play, it's only going to cost you just $1.99 when you click the link in the description section below. Now, we currently have a community. We actually just topped 1,200. So we have a community of over 1,200 paid members who are signed up and active on that site. And if you want to join those folks and get in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/Brock page. Now, Tampa's Andrei Vasilevskiy, he's looking pretty good in the early going here. He's officially 3-1 straight up on the season, 224 goals against, 920 save percentage. The Lightning's in the top 5 in the NHL in scoring, top 3 in shots. They're just getting it done on both ends. Steven Stamkos leads the Lightning in points. He's got a couple of goals and 3 assists thus far in the season, +3 when he's on the ice. Meanwhile, Andre Palat is officially leading the Lightning in goals with 3 of them, as well as 4 total points himself. Tampa's lost just 1 out of their last 10 meetings with Carolina in regulation. Now, total-wise, just 2 out of Tampa's last 4 got over the total of 6 goals. None of Carolina's 3 contests this season got over that number themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Tampa Bay Lightning, -145, and the under 6 goals. And before we go ahead and move on here, guys, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines of personal leans out for Thursday's NHL action. Happy Thursday to you. Once again, the weekend is right around the corner. And for some of you out there who might have the sniffles or maybe even have COVID, I don't know. I hope not. But, the weekend's here if you have the sniffles already. But anyway, you get what I'm trying to say. Guys, real quick. We're 3-0 in our last 3 daily best plays on patreon.com/Brock page. We're also 5-1 in our last 6 daily best plays in that same category. And you can actually unlock today's daily best play for just $1.99 when you click the link in the description section below. And just remember, guys, when you sign up for a membership on Patreon, you get access to all the lesser expensive memberships absolutely free. So once again, when you sign up for one of my memberships on Patreon, you instantly get access to all the lesser expensive tiers absolutely free. The cheaper memberships are included with your purchase. And for those who are wondering what the difference is between my free picks here on YouTube and my Patreon site, well, what I do on Patreon is I make life a lot easier for you as I break down the daily card and typically focus in on just 4 to 5 premium selections per day. They're my personal plays, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, I'm having a lot more success wagering on games that way in smaller sample sizes versus betting on every single game that's on the slate, side and total, like I do here with my free leans on YouTube. Now, guys, once again, we currently have a community of over 1,200 paid members who are signed up and active on that Patreon site. And if you want to join those folks and get in on the action, I'd love to have you. I strongly recommend it. And the link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that is patreon.com/Brock page. Moving on here, guys, we are going to take a look at some more action. I believe it was 14 total games on the slate, and we're going to break down 7 of them. We already have one in the books, so we have 6 more to go. Our next matchup, it is going to be Flyers versus the Devils. 7 p.m. Eastern puck drop at the Prudential Center. The Philadelphia Flyers are minus $1.65 on the road here. Total 6 juice to the under. Now, New Jersey is minus 175, catching the goal and a half on the puck line. Scotty Wedgwood's slated as the netminder for New Jersey. They got a whole slew of guys who are like either injured or on COVID, by the way, as far as goaltending. But anyway, Carter Hart for the Flyers. Hart's just 2-2 straight up on the season, 418 goals against, 880 save percentage. The Flyers have dropped 2 out of their last 3 games, and they give up nearly 5 goals a game when they travel. They're taking on a Jersey team who's giving up just 2.6 goals per contest through 6 games themselves. Scotty Wedgwood's got a 270 goals against and a 914 save percentage. Jack Hughes and Miles Wood both have 3 goals apiece. They're both leading the club in that category. Meanwhile, defenseman Ty Smith is leading the Devils in assists with 5 of them. He's also a +5. Now, total-wise, 2 out of New Jersey's last 4 contests did get over the total of 6 goals. Meanwhile, the Flyers are officially 3-0 to the over on the road this season, 6-1 to the over for the entire year. I'm going to lean toward the underdog New Jersey Devils +145 and the over 6 goals. All right, next contest I have for you, it is going to be Pittsburgh versus Boston, 7 p.m. Eastern start time. Now, the Bruins are minus 130 at home. Total's 5.5 juice to the over. And if you like the Pens to cover the 1.5, they're minus 230 on the puck line. Tristan Jarry expected in net for the Pens. Jaro Halak for the Bruins. Now, Halak's officially 1-0 as a starter this season. 144 goals against, 938 save percentage. The Bruins are on a 3-game winning streak, and they've only lost 1 game in the regular season They only lost 1 game in regulation this season through 6 contests. Now, they're ranking in the top 3 defensively in shots allowed, and they give up just 2 goals a game on average. Brad Marchand leads the Bruins in goals with 4 of them. He also has 5 assists, 9 total points for the center. Meanwhile, Patty Bergeron and Nick Ritchie, they're tied with 3 goals apiece themselves. They're taking on a Pitt squad who's winless on the road this season in 3 tries, and they also give up nearly 5 goals per contest when they travel. Netminder Tristan Jarry's got a goals against average of .391 and a save percentage of just .868. Total-wise, Pittsburgh's 2-1 to the over on the road, 5-2 to the over for the season. Meanwhile, Boston saw 2 out of their last 3 home games get over the line themselves. Give me the Boston Bruins minus 130 and the over 5.5 goals. All right, next contest, it is going to be Islanders, Capitals, 7 p.m. Eastern start time in D.C. The New York Islanders are the $1.30 favorite on the road here. Total's 5.5 juice to the under. Now, Washington is minus 220 on the puck line. Vanacek for the Caps, Varlamov for the Islanders. Now, Semyon Varlamov, he's got a .966 save percentage this season. He's been outstanding, absolutely on fire. He's also got a goals against average of 1 even, 1 flat. Now, the Islanders are allowing just 1.8 goals per contest through 6 games, and they're also led by Matty Barzal, who's got 3 goals and 6 total points thus far in the year. I've been reading things. Are they going to trade him or something? Is he like going away? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. But anyway, New York's taking on a COVID-riddled Caps team who's got key guys still sitting out. And defensively, Washington's in the bottom 3 in shots allowed at home. They're giving up nearly 37 shots per game in that category. Now, total-wise, the Islanders are 4-0 to the under on the road, 6-0 to the under overall for the season. Give me the New York Islanders minus $1.30 and the under 5.5. Next contest, Flames, Canadiens, 7 p.m. East. Montreal's minus $1.30, total 6 flat. And if you like the Flames to keep it close, they're minus 230 on the puck line. David Riddick's probable for Calgary, Carey Price for the Habs. Now, Montreal leads the NHL in both scoring and offensive shots. Tyler Toffoli's scored 5 goals along with 3 assists. He's a +6 already. Meanwhile, Jeff Petry's got 5 assists, 7 total points, and leads the team with He's a +9. Now they're taking on a Calgary team who lost their last 2 straight, and they've beaten Montreal in just 3 out of their last 10 meetings. Now total-wise, Calgary's 3-2 to the over on the season, officially 1-0 to the over in their lone home game. Meanwhile, the Canadiens are, I guess it really doesn't matter if they're 1-0 in their lone home game. But anyway, the Canadiens are 2-0 to the over for the season themselves. Give me the Montreal Canadiens -130 and the over 6 goals. I think what I meant to say was Calgary was 1-0 to the over in their lone road game. But anyway, moving on. Blues, Golden Knights. 9 p.m. Eastern puck drop in Vegas. The Vegas Golden Knights are -145 at home. Total 6, -$1.25 to the under. That line should move. And if you like St. Louis on the puck line, they're -$1.80, catching the 1.5. Jordan Binnington expected for the Blues. Robin Lehner for the Knights. Now the Vegas Golden Knights are 4-0-1 at home this season, 3-2 against the number in those 5 home games. Of course, when I refer to the number, I'm referring to the puck line. But anyway, the Knights are in the top 3 defensively in shots allowed, and they find themselves allowing just 2.4 goals per contest on their home ice. Max Pacioretty, he's got 6 goals thus far in the season, +6 when he's on the ice. Meanwhile, Mark Stone's leading the club in points with 11 of them, thanks mostly in part to 9 big assists. Stone's also a +6 thus far as well. They're taking on a St. Louis team who uncharacteristically finds themselves giving up nearly 4 goals a game, and they rank in the bottom 5 defensively in shots allowed. They're also allowing 37 shots a game when they travel, so certainly not the recipe for this St. Louis club over the past couple of seasons. It's normally been defense. But anyway, total-wise, St. Louis 2-1 to the over away from home, no surprise there. 5-2 to the over for the season. Meanwhile, the Knights all 4 out of their last 5 at the T-Mobile Arena get over the line. 5-2 to the over for the season themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Vegas Golden Knights -145 and the over 6 goals in that game. And with that, guys, we are going to dive into our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Leafs-Oilers, 10 p.m. Eastern start time. Now, the Maple Leafs are -130 away from home. Total 6.5, juice to the under. Freddie Anderson for Toronto, Mikko Koskinen for the Oilers. Now, Koskinen's just 3-5 straight up on the season, and he has a goals against average of .342. The Oilers have dropped 3 of 4 on their home ice this season, and they find themselves in the bottom 3 defensively in goals allowed at home. The Oilers' opponents are also averaging nearly 37 shots on goal a game at Rogers Place. They're taking on a 6-2 Toronto team who's currently on a 3-game winning streak, and they rank in the top 10 in road scoring. Mitch Marner scored 5 goals already along with 7 assists. Meanwhile, Austin Matthews and Jonathan Tavares each have 4 goals apiece themselves. Freddie Anderson's also got a goals against average of .284. Certainly good enough for a Toronto team who can score. They can definitely put the puck in the net. But anyway, speaking of the scoring, 5 out of Toronto's last 6 contests, oddly enough, stayed under the total of 6.5 goals. Meanwhile, 4 out of Edmonton's last 6 stayed under that number themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Toronto Maple Leafs -130 and the under 6.5. And with that, guys, we are going to dive into our quick pick recap, once again brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where we are 3-0 in our last 3 daily best plays on that site. 5-1 straight up in our last 6 picks in that same category. I like the Lightning -145 under 6 goals. Devils +145 over 6 goals. Bruins -130 over 5.5. Islanders -130 under 5.5. Canadiens -130 over 6 goals. Vegas Golden Knights -145 over 6 goals. And before I give you this next and final game for the show, one final reminder that you can access today's daily best play on Patreon for just $1.99 by clicking the link in the description section below. Please feel free to smash the thumbs up button right below this video if you enjoyed it. You can also subscribe right now if you haven't done so already. Give me the Maple Leafs -130 and the under 6.5. And with that, guys, we are going to dive into some shout-outs to our top 10 commenters over the past day or so. Shout out to Donald Loper, Trap Lord Bando, Sinister Santos. Shout out to D Nice, Indiana Temper, Psychedelic Exploration. Shout out to Leslie Botang, Steph Brasco, Sylvia Ortega, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to Jermaine Sheriff. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you guys decide to get a package here today, just keep in mind we'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. Also, keep in mind if you get a package here today, all the cheaper memberships are included with your purchase. So, for example, if you get the $4.99 package here today, all the cheaper memberships are free. They're included with your purchase. You're going to be able to get access to all those tiers absolutely free. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Thursday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.